Good afternoon, graduating class of 2023, families, friends, faculty, students, staff, and honored guests. I'm Thomas Gibbons, Dean of the Northwestern University School of Professional Studies, and it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you here today. I first want to assure you that my remarks today are not generated by ChatGPT. If they were, my talk would be much funnier and certainly more insightful. Instead, I do it the old-fashioned way by using cliches, trite remarks, and comments you won't remember the moment you leave this field house. Let me begin by congratulating all of you for ignoring the, quote, skip getting a degree advice you so often hear today. Yes, earning your degree was a challenge. It took time and sacrifice, and it was costly. Still, earning your degree is one of the best investments you will ever make in your future. Now, I'm all for targeted learning experiences that can generate someone a job. Today, we have micro-credential programs like computer boot camps and Google badges, if you've heard of those, that can do just that, provide you with a job, hopefully. But a degree program is more, much more. At SPS, it is an education that delivers in the theoretical and the practical to prepare you for a professional career, not just a job. We strive to make our students thought leaders and innovators, whether focusing on artificial intelligence or creative writing. We have worked to create some of the highest quality and demanding academic programs in the nation, whether exceptional distance learning or traditional on-ground programs. As you leave Northwestern, it is my greatest hope that you will see the world differently, that you think differently. You don't accept statements at face value. You question, you evaluate, you use data and facts. You have learned to think critically. Quite simply, you have learned to think as a scholar, with an open mind and an unflinching desire to find the truth, wherever that truth may take you. These skills, this way of thinking and problem solving, now define you. And like your Northwestern degree, they are something no one can ever take from you. It is what will always set you apart. Today, we honor 796 graduates. 748 have earned graduate degrees from 16 different master's programs and 48 undergraduate degree students who majored in 18 different academic areas. And just to brag for a moment, the average GPA for our graduate students was 3.8, and the average undergraduate GPA was 3.74. Although I don't know why the undergrad students are slightly more slackers than our graduate students. Many dozens of our graduates today are streaming live as they come from 41 states and from 11 different countries as far away as China, India, Qatar, Thailand, Singapore, Germany, and Nigeria, to name a few. I would also like to recognize our special honors. We honor our 27 Alpha Sigma Lambda inductees who are wearing maroon and white honor cords, and those with high honors wearing gold honor cords. ASL is the premier nationally recognized honor society for adult learners. We honor our 6 Distinguished Thesis Award winners. We honor our 13 Student Leadership Council members for graduate programs, and 2 Student Alliance Board members for undergraduate programs. They are wearing purple stoles with white trim. We also recognize and honor our 3 active military and 5 veteran graduates who are wearing red, white, and blue honor cords as recognition for their service and sacrifice. Please join me in congratulating all of these outstanding graduates for these honors. One of the best parts of my job is to see how SPS plays a role in changing people's lives by providing exceptional adult learners with access to one of the nation's great universities. I will also say as an aside, it's the one day of the year nobody is mad at me. If you'd indulge me, I'd like to share some of your stories today. Cheket Mita, a graduate of the Masters of Science in Data Science, has earned graduate degrees in engineering and computer science prior to joining CPS. Working at Motorola, he saw firsthand the impact and opportunities that artificial intelligence was bringing to every avenue of our lives. This prompted him to pursue the MSDS program with a specialization in AI. While pursuing his latest degree, Cheket received an invitation to join Meta's Reality Labs and work toward the future of human social connections. At Meta, Cheket focuses on delivering innovative photographic imaging and hardware for people to use when connecting with friends and family. Tyler Thompson, a captain in the U.S. Marine Corps and graduate of the Public Policy Administration program. Captain Thompson believes the pursuit of further education and more meaningful experiences will make him a more accomplished leader and manager. The intersection between the military and the executive and legislative branches of government made the public policy program a great way to make him a more well-rounded asset to the Marine Corps. Captain Thompson states that what made his program truly special are, quote, the new and diverse perspectives for the professors, the teaching assistants, and peers, which not only helped him see concepts in a new way, but added to an invigorating learning experience. Captain Thompson is looking forward to using what he's learned within the Marine Corps' Office of Legislative Affairs or Defense Acquisition. Nubala Kadri, graduate who earned a BS in General Studies, was pursuing a degree in pharmacology when the pandemic hit. This caused her to reevaluate her goals. Having a background in social impact and nonprofits, she knew that she wouldn't make, in her words, the kind of, quote, at-scale change she hoped for by becoming a pharmacist. She withdrew from pharmacy school in a leap of faith as she waited admission to finish her bachelor's degree at Northwestern. From the moment she began at SPS, Nabila was active in various university groups, leading her to internship experiences at top consulting firms and a network of connections. One such connection led to her dream job as an analyst with a startup company based in San Francisco, where she will be relocating after graduation. She also sees an MBA as her next step and credits her education and experiences SPS as her motivation. A.J. Lewis, after signing a professional baseball contract with the Spokane Indians, a minor league affiliate with the Colorado Rockies, A.J. Lewis was prompted to start his master's degree with a specialization in sports analytics due to COVID and uncertainty of when the season would start again. Lewis is one of the few African-American catchers in professional baseball. He is inspiring others, instructing many youth catchers on the south side of Chicago, and made the Buster Posey Catcher of the Year watch list in 2019 and 20 before turning pro. Of his time in SPS, Lewis says, quote, going to school in the off-season took a lot of discipline, planning, and focus. All characteristics you need to be successful in any walk of life, and this program helped me sharpen these skills. While there will be plenty of time ahead of him behind the plate, Lewis is studying advancing technologies used throughout the minors, plans to begin his MBA this fall, and aspires to join a front office when his playing days are over. Ela Agata, a graduate of our Masters of Science in Health Analytics, is an MD. Dr. Agata practiced primary care for 5 years before deciding to change his career trajectory. He considered getting an MBA, but ultimately chose the health analytics program, which he believed would equip him best to make an impact in his community. Not having experience with computer programming and data analytics proved to be a challenge, but he's grateful for the skills he developed at SPS. Ilan is now the home health medical director at Optum, where he's responsible for home health care delivery for large populations of patients in his home state of Nevada and beyond. Many of our graduates continuing on to pursue advanced degrees. These include 13 students pursuing a PhD at schools such as George Washington University, Northwestern, University of Illinois, University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. 28 students pursuing MDs at schools such as Northwestern's Feinberg School of Medicine, University of Wisconsin-Madison, UMass Chan Medical School, University of North Carolina. 6 students are pursuing JDs at schools as Northwestern's Pritzker and Kellogg's combined JD MBA program, UC Berkeley, UC College of Los San Francisco, University of Southern California. 11 students are pursuing MBAs, such as at Carnegie Mellon, Harvard, Northwestern's Kellogg School, and Illinois Institute of Technology. 52 students are pursuing master's degrees and graduate certificates at schools such as Brandeis University, MA in Ancient Greek and Roman Studies, Chicago School of Professional Psychology, Johns Hopkins, and Northwestern MS in Data Science. I would also like to point out that many world-class companies and organizations our graduates are joining, and these include a long list of Abbott Laboratories, Accenture, ADT, Aetna, Amazon, American Express, Amtrak, Apple, Ascension, Baxter, Blue Cross, Boeing, the Buffalo Bills, Capital One, Chicago Bears, Chicago Cubs, Chicago Sky, Cygnus, CNN, Deloitte, Agility Consulting, Innova Consulting, Expedia, Federal Reserve, Google, Humana, IBM, JP Morgan Chase, LinkedIn, Lurie Children's Hospital, Meta, Mayo Clinic, Nike, Northwestern Medicine, Northwestern University, Pepsi-Cola, Price Waterhouse Coopers, Boeing Company, U.S. Army, U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, Walgreens, and Wintrust Financial, to name a few. I encourage all of you to remember to look to Northwestern as a resource as you advance in life. SPS continuously develops post-baccalaureate and postgraduate learning experience designed to provide you, our alumni, with ways to stay nimble and current and to give you a competitive advantage when employers are looking for specific expertise. We offer career services to guide you as you advance in your profession and stay involved as alumni, as you can network with other professionals. Whether you continue on with your education now, whether you put your full focus into a professional career, or whether you return later for additional educational opportunities, you do so as a proud Northwestern graduate. You possess the confidence that comes with being a member of an elite group of alumni who coincidentally all love the color purple.
Thank you all so much. Thank you to Associate Dean Mizell, the faculty and administration of the entire School of Professional Studies. I am so honored and delighted to be here with all of you today with this wonderful community, family, friends, and everyone streaming online, and most importantly, with all of you graduates. As I stand before you, I know we have something in common. We have a desire for knowledge, for learning, and for growth. We all chose to support this desire for growth by attending one of the finest universities in the world. Northwestern's commitment to excellent teaching, innovative research, and to your personal and professional intellectual growth is what has brought us together. Your passion for growth has served you not only to get to this moment, but it will serve you for a lifetime, no matter what path you follow. Whether you are joining us online or in this room, you are in the company of powerful people. Look at the graduate to your left or the graduate to your right and know that you are in the midst of power. Your pursuit of an education has just shaped and inspired those who are coming behind you. By being ambitious to fulfill your dreams, you have paved a way for others to show it can be done. Your achievement is a force multiplier. You are leaders. You are bosses. So repeat after me and say, I am a boss. All right. As human beings, we are all shaped by those who came before us, other leaders. A leader is a person who has commanding authority or influence. Leaders set the direction and help themselves and others to do the right things to move forward. Many of you are experienced leaders. Some of you are emerging leaders. My message is about providing some lessons that I have learned about leadership. First, let me share some context about where I come from. My parents immigrated to the United States from Guyana, South America. My dad enlisted in the US Army and fought for this country to provide a better life for his family. My mom started her career as a secretary. You see, we come from humble beginnings. In my family, no one really asks the question, what do you do? The expectation is that you go to school, that you get a job, preferably one with good benefits. I wish I could say that I grew up hearing stories about people in my family having great bosses or great leaders. In fact, I heard story after story about bosses who made things tough. Some were unkind, controlling, or simply wanted other people to know that they were the ones in charge. That's just not right. You know, I recall thinking whoever these bosses were surely had a lot of power. So I knew that when I became a boss, I wanted to do it right. And over the years, I've learned a lot. I know who I am as a leader and what I continue to aspire to be. So I want to share 4 lessons with you about being a leader, being a boss. Number 1 is care. Leadership is a privilege. Influencing others is a privilege. So it is important that you treat it as such. You are in control of the type of leader you want to be for yourself and for others. I decided that I want to care about people. And you can't fake caring. People can see right through that. When you truly care about something or someone, you tend to them. You have a vested interest in them flourishing and growing. This means you ask how they are doing. You learn about what motivates them and inspires them. It is hard to inspire a team and win as a team if you don't know who they truly are. Don't confuse this with liking everyone. You don't need to like everyone, but it means knowing your team and having their backs. The better leaders truly care about people. They treat them with dignity and respect and help them to be seen and heard. If you do this, people are more apt to follow you. And you cannot be a leader without followers. More often than not, if you have their backs, they'll have yours too. So number 2 is candor. Let's face it, people don't really enjoy having a tough conversation or sharing unpleasant feedback. But as a leader, that is actually your duty, to share feedback when things are great and when there is opportunity for improvement. Some people find it easy to be blunt and not constructive. Some people ignore an issue and say absolutely nothing. Well, why is that? It's because it takes effort to be both respectful and constructive. In my experience, I've learned that it is better to have the courage to be respectfully honest and not deceptively nice. When you give feedback, say what you observed, the impact it had, so people know why, what they did was awesome, or how it could be improved. The better leaders are the ones who demonstrate candor, to coach you, to give you feedback, to help you refine your craft so you can be better too. Number 3 is courage. We all have many roles. I happen to be a wife, a mother, a daughter. Several years ago, many years ago, I remember starting a new job and had a list of things to do that was incredibly long. I also loved the energy of working in a major city, but I enjoyed the peace of living in a more rural environment. So I lived a great distance from work, In fact, I was commuting 2 hours one way, so 4 hours a day. I also had a toddler. And one day, my husband, he wasn't feeling too well, so we went to the doctor. And after some tests, the diagnosis was actually stage 3 colon cancer. The doctor shared that he needed surgery immediately and several rounds of chemotherapy to follow. I remember looking up the definition of cancer. Of course, I'd heard about the disease, right? But until then, it didn't impact my life so directly. A few days after my husband's diagnosis, we learned that I was pregnant with our second child. So in that moment, I actually had more confidence than ever that he would be fine, because there was no way he'd be allowed to leave me to take care of a toddler and a baby on my own. I also knew I needed to be strong for my family. So I carried on business as usual. One day, my sister-in-law called to check in on us, and I answered the phone, and she asked, "How are you doing?" And I actually couldn't answer the question. I actually just began to sob. I hadn't paused to consider how I was doing. The truth is, I was stressed, overwhelmed, and underwater. I was carrying on like nothing had changed, when in fact, everything had changed. Soon after that call, our family members came over. They helped to care for us with, taking care of cooking, doing chores around the house, just to help to lighten our load. And in that moment, I learned there is no shame in asking for help. I needed to be a leader for my family, but I didn't have to wait until I was broken to ask for help and support. I'm proud to say that my husband made it through. He is cancer-free and here with me today. We have a daughter in college and a son in high school, and the lesson is you cannot be your best if you are depleted. Have the courage to take care of your physical and mental wellness. So number 4 is curious. Be curious. We are in an unprecedented time. I'd say living through a global pandemic, political unrest, social injustice, economic shifts, that all qualifies. In addition, we also have advancements in healthcare, in science, in research, in technology. I have no doubt you'll be able to continue to be aware of the external environment. You can't ignore it. But I would say that you have to be curious about it. Don't forget to be curious about you. It's important to check in with yourself on who you are becoming. Reflect on who you are, what you value, and identify what brings you joy. Determine how you want to use your gifts to contribute to making this place a better world for yourself and for your loved ones. You are uniquely and wonderfully made. There is no one else like you. You are not a profession. You are a person with character, with values, hopes, and dreams to be fulfilled. But you need to take stock and be curious about you to ensure you are on the path that fulfills your ambition. So to all of you bosses, as you continue on your leadership journey, remember, care about people, communicate with candor, have the courage to take care of yourself, and be curious. You can be a better boss and leader for yourself and the people around you. You will have setbacks, but what will follow are comebacks. Whatever you do, continue to be ambitious about learning. Earning your degree is not the end of the journey. It is a beautiful milestone on your growth journey. My hope for all of you, watching online or in this room, is that your lives are filled with love, with laughter, and with learning. Congratulations to Northwestern University School of Professional Studies graduates.
Today is the day that recognizes the fulfillment of a dream, your dream. Only the truly dedicated earn degrees while balancing work, family, and life's other challenges. It's not easy. Many try, but in truth, few succeed. That's why today is a special day. Today is a day that that the world, with all the pomp and purple it can muster, notices what you've accomplished and your many sacrifices. And it's a day to celebrate, and to celebrate you should, because these days simply don't come around that often in a person's life. So please, enjoy the moment with your friends and your family. Thank you all for being here today. Congratulations, 2023 graduates.